Chet, they were just kind of hanging around the entire night, just kind of hanging in there with their offense. What did it take from you guys down the stretch to just keep them at arm's reach and walk away with this one?
It took us playing together and having focus on both ends of the floor. And I feel like we did a good job of that. When we needed big plays on offense, different guys stepped up, and when we needed to make plays on defense, we did that as a team. Obviously, there's a lot of area for improvement on both sides, but you can't take a win for granted in the NBA.
37 assists for you guys tonight. The ball was just moving all over the floor. Just what's it like when you're out there and you feel kind of that energy offensively?
It's huge knowing that the ball is going to come to you when you're open. The ball has energy, and when it's moving like that, and especially when we're getting shots to go down, it's great. It picks up the energy on defense as well, and it helps us set our defense. When you make shots, it keeps the other team somewhat out of transition. Obviously, they play fast, so they were trying to get in transition anyways, but making shots definitely helps with our defense as well.
Chet, we've obviously talked a lot about you never really stepping outside yourself, outside your role in terms of your shot selection, but in Atlanta, I think you had 12 points on 9 shots tonight. You have 31 on 14. Do you kind of see that as a double-edged sword, just kind of your demeanor and the way you play, or how do you view what it produces?
I'm just trying to go out there and make winning plays. My focus is on winning games. It's not on how many shots I get tonight, or whether or not I've got a certain number of shots. It's just going out and making winning plays, and some nights the game's going to give me more shots than other nights, but at the end of the day I have to go out there and be aggressive and ready to make plays, whether that's shooting the ball, passing the ball, whatever it might be.
Yeah, and obviously they found you a ton on the trail tonight, and Mark has said in the past week, at least I believe it was the past week, that he's seen you hesitate less on not only some of those trail shots, but just in general when they swing it to you. Have you sensed more comfortability as the season's going on, just in terms of hesitation at all or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I just had to kind of understand how long an NBA season is. I had a few game stretch where I wasn't really making anything, and then I feel like that was in my head a little bit, and then I just had to understand that like I was putting pressure on myself, like I gotta make it every shot. I feel like as a perfectionist in a way, I had to kind of get over that and understanding that the game's not perfect, and by being ready and just confident to shoot the ball, you're going to shoot the ball better. So I've just been doing my best to do that.
Yeah, I'm curious because you mentioned being in your head about certain shots, about just that general thought process. Is that weird for you now? Because I mean, obviously, I doubt you maybe had that problem before the league. Like, is that whole thing new to you? Is that weird at all?
I've always been somebody who's been, I guess you could say, a perfectionist, and I've always been a winner. So it hasn't been like, I want to shoot this shot, even if it's not a winning shot type of, like, I'm not that type of guy. So, it's not about what kinds of shots I'm taking or how I get to them. It's just about trying to make winning plays.
Chet, you had that post-up cross-court kick out to Isaiah for 3 tonight. How much fun is it for you to kind of invert? We see you face up so often and be on the perimeter. How fun is that for you to invert things like that and kind of be the quarterback from that position?
It's always great, again, just taking what the game's given me. When other teams put smalls on me, I have to be able to play to my advantages, which is my height at times. And if they're going to have somebody, help, there's going to be somebody open somewhere on the floor. So I was just waiting for one of our guys to cut, and then either the cutter was going to be open or Isaiah was going to be open based on who picked up the movement, and it was Isaiah. So I found him, and we all know what Isaiah does. So I know if I find him, not only are we getting 3 points, but that's a great play for our team.
the way that you guys move off the ball. It's like you got 4 wide receivers who you're trying to figure out what route they're going. What's that process been like for you, picking out the right pass and knowing where guys are going to be?
It's great. We all have extreme confidence in each other to make plays, and we have a really good locker room full of winners. So everybody's trying to make the right play out there and still be aggressive within that. There is a kind of tipping point where you're trying to make too many right plays, I guess, and you're not out there, playing with force. And I feel like we're doing a good job right now of balancing those two things as a team.
Chet, Mark talks about no 2 games being the same, and Dub mentioned it. Just Washington hit some tough shots, and obviously your offense hummed tonight. But what kept them around was the threes, the free throws, and kind of like Dub mentioned. Obviously the threes are tough to control when they're hitting tough shots, but the free throws are more controllable. I guess what you see on that front, and what have you seen this week from teams that has made that aspect kind of tough to deal with?
Obviously credit to them. We play in the NBA, and every single night there's really good players out there. So there's no such thing as a shutout in the NBA. But at the same time, whether we held them to 120 points or 90 points, there's going to be aspects we can learn from and improve from, and that's the way we're looking at it. We have to be better than we were tonight for the next game, and we have to continue with that mentality going forward. Just continue to learn from all the lessons that we've gotten.
Jeff, last one.
Chet, what did you learn last year from watching Shea? And then how were you able to apply that to actual on-court production for this season?
I learned that he's a really good basketball player. And, just not only watching him, but watching everybody and the way we play basketball. Obviously, we do some things different this year than we did last year, just based on whether it's personnel-wise or coach preference or whatever it might be. We do some things different, but and we have guys who worked extremely hard in the summer too, so their games are evolving. They can do different things. So it's not the same as last year, but I got a good understanding of Thunder basketball and the way that works, and I was able to apply that in different ways. I definitely feel like I made the most out of the time.
Anybody else? Thank you, Jet.
Appreciate it.